I've met a woman last week, and she lost her loan payment last year because it has been coming in over different years. She lost 80 odd euro a week. And that mightn't seem a lot to some people, but it was devastating for her. She was married and her husband had walked out and she was left with a mortgage. So she was hit with a second cut because despite what the programme for government said that they would bolster supports to mortgage interest supplement, Minister Burton also removed that support. So this woman was now left on her own with a 9-year-old child, working part-time and trying to pay a mortgage. When she lost her one parent allowance and that 84 euro, that was the final straw. She couldn't afford to pay her mortgage. That woman has 6 days left before she's evicted. And the irony of that is she's now being forced to give up her job. She's now being forced to give up her home. She's going to cost the state money anyway, because the state now has an obligation to house her in rent allowance where they were giving her no housing cost, and they're going to have to give her full social welfare where they were giving her partial. So the policy has devastated that woman and her child and has had no economic benefit for the state, has cost the state money. There's another woman I know, well, I know loads of women, but another woman I know was in tears crying to me yesterday. 62 euro per week she's going to lose out. And again, she said she can't take any more. That's 62 euro on top of the 28 euro, almost 100 euro a week. We're told that the top 1% can't afford to pay any more tax. Well, how can the 1% at the bottom afford to lose 100 euro a week? Our children are suffering. Our families, 23% of our families live in consistent poverty. And we're facing the most devastating of cuts next week. And we can't face them. We're asking people to support us on an equality basis. We're asking people from a child's rights point of view to support us. We're asking feminists to support this attack on women. And we're looking at everybody saying, you think that you made choices that you're not a lone parent. Anybody can become a lone parent. Nobody knows what's around the corner. We have members in our groups who were in abusive relationships. They're domestic violence survivors. They're widows. They're fighters. They're mothers, they're fathers. They're fighting for their children. Please help support us.